Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Matt.
And I'm Paiton.
And today I think we're going to talk about stuff we would change in the container.
When we were in the process of building our container, that was something we were always searching for, what you would change or what you regret, things like that. So we're hoping to be as honest as we can with you guys and help those of you that maybe haven't started your build yet, or those of you that are open to changing some things. So we're hoping today will be helpful for you.
I think we'll get into doing something about the kitchen and the bathroom first, and then in another video we'll do the bedroom and maybe the living area. Going off of what Paiton said, it was honestly kind of hard finding videos on containers in general, just building them out and how to do things. So hopefully we can show you our mistakes. If you haven't seen the build series, I would check that out as well. There's a lot of good mess ups in there you can learn from too. And yeah, so let's get into it.
So I'm going to take you guys to the bathroom first. Our bathroom is one of the bigger rooms in our tiny home, and this wasn't exactly on purpose. We were just kind of drawing things out, playing with them, and this is what ended up happening. This is something I could see us downsizing to gain space in other areas. When we were taking measurements for things, we didn't necessarily take into account standard sizes. So you'll notice we have a vanity here, but it doesn't go all the way to the wall. And that's because we were 2 inches short of a full-size vanity.
2 inches, guys.
So close. And so just things like that we didn't even think of standard sizes of things, right? We just assumed they made every size vanity. We kind of regret this because we could put our washer and dryer here.
We have hot and cold at this sink here, so I have thought about tapping off of that, running new PEX to here, and then running a new 30 amp plug out of our electric panel right here. But that's going to require cutting the wall out, and I'm not really keen on doing that yet. So maybe in the future we actually might move the washer and dryer in here. But for right now, it works great for us.
Another thing about the bathroom that I personally would change, I don't know if Matt necessarily agrees with me on this, is this window right here. So when we were looking things up, we actually looked up standard sizes of windows on this one and made sure, you know, Lowe's or Home Depot had it in stock and had the cut made perfectly. So the window fits great, but we didn't really take into account that when I go to look out of it.
It's right like at forehead level.
I have to go on my tippy toes to even see if anyone's coming, and our driveway is right there, so it just would have been nice to have access to see who's coming. Of course, we don't want people being able to see us in our bathroom, so that is where this comes in handy.
So it does great for letting light in. It's super private because obviously you can't see yourself from the outside. You can't see outside either. But it would have been nice to have maybe lowered it by a foot. I mean, we have loads of room right here. If you've seen any other tiny house videos, I mean, their walls pretty much come right up to the toilet. So it's nice. We have room to sit on the throne, but I think we could have shortened this up a bit and gained some space out there.
So going back to the washer and dryer, you'll notice kind of a trend here. The washer and dryer is kind of a ripple effect for us. I'm not totally unhappy with it. It's functional. It's easy for me to access right here. I can sit on the couch and fold clothes, put them up here. So not completely unhappy, but had we moved these into the bathroom like we just discussed, we would have had so much storage right here.
This particular model of, what is this? This is Samsung. These are stackable. So that's how we would have done them in the bathroom. Like we mentioned over here, we would have stacked the washer or dryer on top of whatever. With tiny houses and tiny spaces, square footage is money. You need to really map out where you're going to put everything because it gets eaten up very quick. If you end up doing one of these builds or any of the tiny house builds, you'll come to find that you got to be willing to, you know, be flexible, and it's a lot about give and take too. We finally just got a home tour done by another YouTube channel, Tiny House Expedition. So if you haven't seen that, check that out. We plan to do our own at some point, but it's just on the list of priorities of things we need to get done. We thought we'd do this first, kind of give you an overview of stuff that we don't really like.
There's a lot of things I think that had we found a YouTube channel that would have told us some of these things, we would have changed. So we're hoping that this can be helpful for those of you that maybe haven't started your build yet or are just getting into it.
So I realized the washer and dryer are located in the living room, but I really wanted to show that in this episode for the bathroom because that's where we would have put it if we know what we do now. Does that make sense?
And, I mean, an island in a normal house is, like, technically the kitchen.
Yeah, kind
It's just all tiny here, so you don't know what's what.
Our kitchens, our bedroom, which is our bathroom, which is our living area. Sweet. So now we're in the kitchen. So really, right here, I like it. I really do. And this is going to sound super lazy because this is the only thing I would change. You ready? I want a dishwasher. That's it. Out of all this space, I just want a dishwasher. It would be nice to get them off the countertop, gain this extra room right here, and hide them in a dishwasher, I guess. Because that's what would happen is I would just throw my dishes in there and they would never... I mean, I'd do dishes once a week and they would just sit in there. So it's really not... It's not necessary, and it's actually probably good because I'm not as lazy with it now.
Don't let him fool you. I mean, at first I would have said I didn't want a dishwasher, but after living with him, please, somewhere to put his dishes. So again, this is not like a huge thing. I'm not disappointed with our sink, but just thinking if I could do it over again, I would consider doing one of the split sinks that has the divider down the middle or maybe just off to one side. Just because, again, looking over here, we have this ugly dish rack sitting on our counter taking up space that I could be using for, you know, the air fryer or the Instant Pot. So if you had a split one here, you could wash on one side and then dry on the other.
You do need a microwave with an extraction fan in a tiny house. That is a must.
100%.
Yeah, because if you're going to cook in here, all your clothes are going to smell like food if you do not have that extraction fan. So I'm really glad we buckled up and did that because it was another hole we had to cut in the metal of the container. It was a pain, but I love it now. We can extract the air out of here and make it smell good.
So again, ripple effect, right? Had we moved the washer and dryer over there and got more pantry space underneath the island, I think that would have freed up one of these cabinets in here so that we could have done one of the pull-out trash cans. I don't love just having my trash cans sitting out for everyone to see. It's not horrible, but again, it's just kind of in the way. So that's something we could have done.
When you open this cabinet, it wants to hit the trash can. So you can't really get a full swing there, but it's not a big deal to kick it out of the way and then look, you can open it up. But functionality wise, it could be better if we were able to put it under one of these.
Okay, so again, we're including this as part of the kitchen, right? We're in the kitchen, or we're in the hallway to the bedroom, who knows?
All of it.
But so we went with sliders. Obviously, we wanted to see this amazing view. We have had the most difficult time trying to find like a smart lock.
Oh, you're forgetting my wire transfer to India right now. Tell the story.
Well, go watch the video, you guys. Go watch
So
it.
I have to flip this around and talk to you guys. I transferred money to India. Just hear me out. It actually wasn't even really that sketchy.
No.
This company, it's a big company.
Okay, yeah.
But we found this company in India that makes sliding door locks, smart locks. The ones that she's talking about, the digital ones. And it showed up as a good product, really great. It's super sleek looking. It would have looked really clean. But if you go back in our container videos, you'll see that when I tried to install it, when I was drilling the hole to install it, I nicked the glass, shattered the whole thing. It was super depressing.
It was.
$800 slider, done. And I think we had that one for what, like 2 months?
Yeah, it was really sad.
So I still have the lock. I am not...
He's not giving up hope, you guys. Yeah. Really, we would just change the door strictly for our lock.
Just for the lock. And I think, too, though, in the summertime, it would be nice to have both doors open.
Yeah.
We could do, like, a screen material, those magnetic screens, and then you just have this big cross flow of air if you can open up both doors. So I think we might do French doors in the future. It wouldn't really even be... She's saying
I
no.
don't want to install another.
Yeah, these are a pain to install. Where our bedroom's at, it's elevated off the ground because we put our container on ecology blocks. So when you're installing it, it's really not the slider that's a pain to install. It's the fact that you have to lift it up to about chest height just to get it in the slot. So outside, I don't know if there's stuff we would change, but there's definitely some stuff that we want to add. And the first one being the rainwater catch system. So right now I don't have any type of gutter out here. So that's one of the things we need to focus on, hopefully before this spring, before we get all that rain and snow melt. I think in the future, I'm gonna get some more fill material here, get the grade up to where I need it, and I'd like to put a wood-fired hot tub or some kind of cob looking. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to have a wood-fired hot tub right here. That's probably what we're gonna end up going with. And then running pipes back into the shed here where our water tank's at, so the water doesn't freeze and we can just pump it in and out of the tub when we need it. So I think we'll leave you guys there. We're gonna do another video, like I said, of the living room and the bedroom. So keep an eye out for that. I think we'll leave you guys here for today.
If you have questions though, put it in the comments. We'll answer it. Like, follow, subscribe.
Like, follow, and subscribe. Well, I hope you liked that video.
It's going.
Jesus Christ.